CUTDEAL, as Spotify removed Meg's new podcast from plagiarizing Obama idea in his book, Infringing Copyright. According to the sources, Meghan's podcast, Archetypes, was accused of copying ideas from Barack Obama's book named The Audacity of Hope. The latest episode of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex podcast, Archetypes, has dropped on Spotify today, November 15th. This episode is titled The Audacity of the Activist, and Meghan was joined by guest Jameela Jamil and Shohreh Aghdashloo. The woman discussed how female activism is largely criticized and looked at negatively. Have you ever heard from the saying, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything? I remember hearing it years ago and nodding along thinking, that makes sense to me. You stand for something, you stand for something good. Markle began her podcast. But not everyone sees it that way, especially when it comes to women, as I had started to notice this almost default eye roll when someone would mention a woman fighting for a cause. And almost, oh, here she goes again, or maybe it was for more of, stand for something. You can't, she's just sitting down, and you know the rest. The unspoken annoyance that had seemed to swirl around the woman in activism was outstanding to me. As I couldn't quite wrap my head around it, as I still can't, she continued. But then I realized, as with most things, while it may manifest itself differently, or in different shapes or forms of ways, it is not new. This has been going on for a very long time. In addition, Meghan Markle also claimed a very, very influential and inspiring woman had pleaded with her not to give up on activism when she had married Prince Harry. Meghan did not name the woman, but there was an immediate speculation that it could have been Oprah Winfrey or Serena Williams, who both saw her walk down the aisle at Windsor Castle in May 2018. Meghan has also spent time with Michelle Obama, while her husband Barack has supported Harry's Invictus Games since the couple became friends in 2017. After On Air, Meghan's podcast was criticized and boycotted harshly amid the rumors that Spotify will remove the podcast episode after checking for plagiarism, confirming that she copied ideas from Barack Obama's book. It was guessed that Meghan is looking to get involved in politics. She would be a terrible politician, despite all her activist talks. I have not seen her trying to make any real change. Yes, she went on Jubilade, but then what else has she done since? Shouldn't she be knee-deep on the issue, talking, protesting, and taking up on groups who have proper plans on how to move forward and tackle the issues? She went to Uvendale to show that she was the first person to act on her shocking grief, when everyone else had stayed away. She had brought her filming crew and a photographer and acted out, walking by a memorial as if moved, and then was checking the camera angles the photographer had caught. Trying a photo commentary with a picture with a woman at the blood donation center. I hope I have remembered right. Leaving them some chips and sandwiches, and then hopping back on her private jet that she came on. Yes, she did, Jubilade. In addition, this isn't the first time that Meghan had copied Obama's style. Before Meghan Markle was accused of copying Obama again with a 40x40 program after Barack's 60 for 60 donation push. Meghan had announced her own 40 for 40 drive via Archetypes site, asking people to donate 40 minutes of service by helping or mentioning someone on her August 4th birthday, which she shares with Obama. I have asked 40 friends, activists, athletes, artists, and world leaders to help kick off a global effort by contributing 40 minutes of mentorship to support women re-entering the workforce. Read Meghan's announcement. It comes after Obama fans were asked to fork out $6, $60, or $600, or an amount of your choosing to help bring the Obama Presidential Center to life on the south side of Chicago on a 60 for 60 fundraiser.